Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another episode of the Elite FPL show. Steve-O asked me if I was available, and I have a few minutes of my busy life to do a video talking about the past game week and where we are going forward with everything, and discussing some mini leagues as well, right? We had a slight issue or topic about the transfer deadline, of course, ending last night also. Have you been paying any attention to that, Steve-O? Is that factored into any of your decision-making whatsoever?
I suggest you watch the members video I put up today. That'll answer your question for
Yeah. Well, so could you have Cancelo in your team?
No.
Do you have Matt Doherty in your team?
Blonde did. I think Cage. I think someone.
I know a lot of people had Doherty as well in their team. So
Doherty, did they?
Well, yeah. Well, I know.
Did they?
Yeah,
I thought going through any of the leagues and going, oh, they've got Doherty. I don't think I'd seen that many, but hopefully it messes people. I'll be honest with you. I just hope it messes people's teams up, so it helps me and you out when it comes to climbing the ranks. Preferably me above you, but.
Oh yeah, you were confident?
Well, you made a hint just now that you don't want to reveal your team up. Well, the current team up on the screen, which tells me you may have done a transfer. I
did before I hit the record button. I said, "Oh, my team up on the screen. I'll make sure that that's not there for all to see." I've made decisions.
After a wild card, karma, baby. What do you think?
I had 2 free transfers.
Yeah, I know you did.
Burning a hole in my pocket.
Yeah, I know.
So I brought one player in. I've thrown them on the bench this week.
Okay. Is it a bench? Is it an actual bench for the player, like a 4 million, or is that a proper? Because that's the problem with your team, isn't it?
The problem with my team now is I look at it and I'm like, that's just ridiculous. The bench this week has got 2 players on it that I could see outscoring any of my first team players.
So you've gone with, I'm guessing, one of the players you brought in is a double game weeker? Yes? Oh, no, you can't. Yeah, we can't.
I don't know, Steve-O. Is it?
Well, if I'm looking at, if I'm guess working at your team here.
Let's bring my team up so that you can, have
a gander on it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna show me?
No. You no, I'm not showing you nothing, mate. you go on the app. You go and have a look.
Well, I can see your team in the sense of last.
Yeah.
Seems like an age ago now. I reckon you've definitely got rid of Perisic and one of. Well, actually, you've either got rid of Perisic, Mahrez, Tony, or Martinelli. One of the 4. Well, 2 of the 4, I reckon. the 2 off the top of my head would be Mahrez and Perisic would probably be the 2 that I'd be.
Mahrez in form at the moment, scoring lots of points. Why would I get rid of him? Could be right, of course. Because who would I be bringing in? Who could I be bringing in though?
Because I am doing a -4 this week.
Oh no! Please don't bring the players I got in.
Well, there's definitely 2 double game week players. That's
what positions? What positions are you bringing in?
Midfield and defender.
Odegaard. Or Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, Bruno. I've got 3 Man U. I can't. Yeah, see, it's a tough one. I can't do Man United players. So.
Are you going to be bringing in Rodrigo then or something?
No comment.
Well,
no comment.
I think I've got differentials on you now.
Well, you seem to have the Midas touch at the moment. I mean, just be transparent with the audience. It's very rare me and you talk fantasy football privately.
Yeah.
And we normally save it for videos, streams, whatever, like this. And obviously, the last time the game happened, which was on the 21st of January, which seems so
miles
long
ago. Yeah, years ago.
Haaland hat trick. I mean, can you remember it?
Vaguely.
Exactly.
I'll give you a clue at what I've done. I've got 1.8 million in the bank now.
Well, that ain't gonna help me at all. You've clearly 1.8. So you've saved money on someone basically. You've got rid of one player and you've brought in. Well, you've got 3 Man United as well.
Or have I?
Rashford, Shaw, and De Gea, as it looks like in my presence, unless you got rid of De Bruyne and Perisic for Fernandes and someone else, and then you've got
can't do that. I'd have to get rid of one of Shaw, De Gea, or Rashford.
Oh yeah, of course,
yeah.
Well, I mean, we're doing, just to let the audience know, we're doing the deadline together, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. We'll reveal our teams literally 30 seconds before the game updates, maybe even as the game updates, probably. But like, I want to keep my cards close to my chest, even though I think that, they're not the most.
But one's definitely been on the bench.
Well, the one that's been put on the bench has got a really nice home fixture.
Right. Okay.
But the other one's an Arsenal player that's away at Everton.
So so I'm assuming you brought Odegaard in then. Odegaard and.
So who do you play? Who do you put your money on? Brighton at home. So with Matoma, for example, who I've got currently on my bench, I can give you that one for free. Matoma that's on my bench at home to Bournemouth, and Matoma in form at the moment, of course, or Ben White, or Martinelli away at Everton, or Ben White away at Everton, or Odegaard away at Everton, whoever I've got in midfield. Who do I prioritize?
So you've got Odegaard in for Mahrez.
I'm not saying a thing. No, I'm not saying it. No, but like, if I did have him, like, who would I prioritize? Would I prioritize the Arsenal asset away at Everton, a team that's, let's be honest, are on the rocks, or do I go for the informed Matoma at home to Bournemouth?
Well, I'm backing Arsenal all the way here, even though despite the fact that Arsenal have got a game against the newly managed Everton by Sean Dyche, where everybody seems to think that he's going to keep him up. He won't. You watch. They're going to get absolutely battered by Arsenal.
So pessimistic, Steve.
It's true. They're going to get battered by Arsenal. Arsenal are one of the best teams in the country at the moment. They're just scoring goals.
Made a great signing, Jorginho.
Made a very good signing, yeah. I think it's good enough.
Strengthened their team incredibly.
But Brighton at home to Bournemouth, a very, very, very good fixture. I would not be benching Matoma.
Well, who would you bench?
Well,
if you saw my team, you wouldn't know who to bench. There's no one.
No, but that's the problem with your team. It's
like you wouldn't bench Tony, or you wouldn't bench Harry Kane. You wouldn't bench De Bruyne. You wouldn't bench any of the Rashford. You wouldn't bench Mahrez if I still had Mahrez. I'm looking at my previous week's team. You wouldn't bench Martinelli if you had Martinelli. Or would you?
Like I say, you've clearly done, based on the maths here, Mahrez to Odegaard, and then whatever player, So you've done 2 transfers.
I have, yes. The other one was, So I'm not going to say anymore. Yeah.
So it's either Odegaard or Matoma. I mean,
I didn't need to do the transfers. I just thought I've got these 2 transfers, and it's weighing on my mind. And I'm just like, I just can't be asked to think about and worry about this. I'm just going to do them. Like, and because of the team I've got, if one of them gets injured, I don't care, because the ones on my bench, I'm going to tone my first sub, for God's sake. I don't care if he comes on.
Yeah.
You know, and looking at the players that are due to rise, you know, I wasn't in any rush to get them in. I see Odegaard already went up previously. It's due to rise again, which I think is crazy. But again, Arsenal, Martinelli is not exactly in a hot streak of form at the moment. It's all going through Odegaard, so I can see why that's the case. I just I've made my moves probably earlier than I probably would have planned to. But I just thought, at least I'm not worrying about my moves now. At least I've done them and they're out of the way, and I'm not having to think about it all week. That's the thing. Like, if I hadn't done them back when I did do them, I'd just be thinking about it. I'll be thinking about it now. I'll be thinking about, what should I do? What should I do with these two transfers I've got? Do I need to do anything? One of the moves was pretty passive. I'm going to give you that much. The other move I felt was quite strategic. And, again, covers me against not just you, but also overall. And see how it goes.
Well, this is the thing with this game at the moment, with this chess game. It's whatever player.
I love chess. Do you like chess?
I've never really played it.
We should play chess. We're on stream one day.
Forget it.
Anyway, move on.
Too long to learn the rules. But that's the thing, though, isn't it? With this chess game between me and you, it's you always seem to be getting in the player the week ahead of before I'm getting them in. I said it to Dan on the video, didn't I? That it just annoyed me so much that you did that wild card on the double game week. I think that turned it to start with.
Turned out to be a genius. Well, turned out to be a genius move in the end.
It did, because because if I don't know what the maths were, I don't have a clue what the maths were prior to your wild card, but. How close were we in the table together? Like just a few points in it, weren't we?
Almost neck and neck.
So let's say you were 10
pretty much
ahead.
Neck and neck, yeah.
Yeah, you were 10 points ahead or whatever, and then you hit the wild card, whereas I did a -12. But my players absolutely destroyed any players that you had prior, and I definitely would have gone ahead of you. But the thing is that you didn't.
It was the perfect response, because
without bloody knowing. And now I'm 31. Okay, admittedly, I think I did the maths the other day. I'd be 20 points behind you if I had have captained Haaland. Right, yeah.
So it was not, it's what are you 31 behind me?
31 behind you now, yeah.
And you taking a -4?
I will be taking a -4.
So that's 35 behind me then.
Yeah.
But again, that's easily catchable. 35
well, it is,
points,
considering
a couple of game weeks, you can catch that. Yes. Yes, the wild card
may or may not be profitable for myself.
Well, the thing is, we're going to have blanks, aren't we?
Yes.
And I've not got a free hit.
What?
I haven't got a free hit.
Really?
Yeah.
When did you use that again? Remind me.
I used my free hit. Oh God, you're asking me now. Back in like game week 16 or something like that. Let me have a look.
Oh wow.
Let me have a look. I love the face you pulled when I told you.
Well, every tiny bit of advantage.
Let me have a look. When did I use my free hit? Is it going to tell me when? Let me quickly go through.
Probably not.
Give me free.
It should be on your team.
Free hit was game week 12. Game week 12, I used my free hit in game week 12, where I got 54 points. It ended up being a bit of a crap game week.
Yes.
I captained Mohamed Salah in that week. And the reason I did the free hit was because I had the likes of Zaha. I think, was it when Haaland was injured? I think it was. I can't remember now. I looking at it. I brought in the players. I brought in. Yeah, I took Haaland out, and I brought in Darwin. So I free hitted. I took out Haaland. I took out Kane. I brought in Firmino, Darwin. I went all in on Liverpool. We all know how that turned out.
Man City blanked.
Man City blanked. But I went all in on Liverpool, and yeah, that all failed on me. It's when I had Darwin, Firmino, and Salah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was just, it was a waste of time, that was. Of course, that week, in particular, game week 12, the big point scorers, to tell you how crap that week was, the best team that week was up front, Che Adams. The dream team. This is the dream team. Up front, Che Adams. Fred, 10 points. Almiron, Eze, Reed from Azpilicueta, Simiscus, Amate, and Perraud for Southampton, and in goal Alisson that got a clean sheet. So yeah,
look at the results as well. 0-0, 2-1.
Oh, in that game week, it was a penalty save by Alisson.
Oh yes, yeah, I vaguely remember. Yeah,
it was Liverpool 1-0. Darwin did get the goal. Simiscus got the assist. Penalty save. Bowen missed the penalty. But anyway, seems like a million years ago now when that happened. But yeah, so you've got the free hit as well. So blanks advantage Stevo.
Well, this is it, you see, because I keep wanting to call him Ben Dinnery. Ben Krellin.
Yes.
Has come out with his latest spreadsheet, and it's looking pretty tasty when it comes to the doubles and the blanks that are almost likely going to be happening. I know Harbour Boy posted it in the moderator chat. Here it is here. And yeah, so game week 29 looks like it could be a big double game week. And certainly with the blanks, like you said, we're looking at game week 25. And then, but Man United players, I'll have 3, Brighton, none, Newcastle, 2, Brentford, 1, but I could have already got rid of Tony by then. We can all plan. Be prepared for game week 25 not having certain players, but then it could be, as he's got here, a potential double game week for Liverpool and Wolves. So you are right. The fact that I've got my free hit, I could genuinely potentially.
When's Brighton's double?
When Brighton double,
is Brighton due a double game week?
It's saying here, if I can look at them here, potentially game week 26 or possibly game week 27. Well, basically, from game week 26 onwards, there are several possibilities. And in game week 28, I've just seen this as well. Game week 28, there's a lot of blanks.
28, yeah, blank 28. Yeah. So it's a 93% chance that Brighton, but Man United are blanking. Man City, West Ham, Southampton, Tottenham, Leicester, Leeds. Yeah, I mean, there's obviously a lot of if such and such beats such and such, then this will be a blank essentially.
Well, the fact that the FA Cup
at least four fixtures will be blank on 28.
Yeah, and the FA Cup draw has been kind to the Premier League teams or more specifically, has been in the favour of FPL teams, because basically it means that there's going to be more double game weeks because there's more Premier League teams facing Championship/League One than facing each other.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking at this now. So we've got a double in 23, haven't we? Brentford, Man City, Aston Villa, Arsenal. I'm looking at it now. There's a lot here. Possible double game weeks, percentages. There's a lot to navigate over the coming weeks. Certainly, depending on cup results, it could easily throw people into a spot of difficulty with their team. So yeah, you've got the advantage.
Yeah, and certainly this double game week upcoming is looking interesting. The following one, Man City and Arsenal doubling. You'll have 3. I'll have, well, it depends how aggressive I am. But I'll have 2 for definite Man City and Mahrez and Haaland. And that's all I need. It's just down to Arsenal. And to be honest,
you're not going to have De Bruyne then.
But you've got De Bruyne. It means nothing. Well, yeah, I could have De Bruyne for swap him out for Salah.
Mm-hmm. Are you waiting for Salah? Are you waiting for some run of form for Liverpool? Do you think that they'll turn a corner? Well, I mean, they've got Wolves up next.
Did you see their game against Brighton in the FA Cup? God,
Brighton are no mugs though.
No, I know they're not, but you can, at least put in a freaking performance. Liverpool are pants. They're pants.
What's happened to Liverpool?
Sorry?
What has happened to Liverpool?
I don't know. I think it's a number of things, really, isn't it? It's
don't say injuries. It's not injuries.
Well,
they've still got a good enough team. They've still got a good enough team.
Yeah,
to
they
put
do.
In,
but I think
putting performances in.
I think that also teams have worked them out probably as well. That's another factor. It's no coincidence that this happened at Borussia Dortmund as well. Klopp won every single tournament, cup, title, you name it, during his period at Borussia Dortmund. Then all of a sudden, the final year, he did absolutely abysmally and he left. It's no coincidence that this is happening this year at Liverpool, is it? He's been there for what, 8-9 years, something like that, which is crazy to think about. And it's no coincidence that at the end of his tenure, it seems, Liverpool are failing miserably. So I think they're just, it's like Andy Jacobs said on TalkSport, City, Liverpool, they're just knackered. Absolutely knackered. The only difference for City is that they haven't won the Champions League. That's their main issue, is that's the goal that Pep Guardiola wants. He couldn't care less about the Premier League. He wants that Champions League in his pocket for Man City, but they won't do it.
Yeah.
Again, I'm no expert on it, but they just seem too naive in the Champions League. Like, based on what Dan says, they seem to be a team which, for whatever reason, Pep Guardiola seems to be trying to be too clever when it comes to Champions League, and it just completely backfires on him. That's why, like this season with the Premier League, you've just got to jump on Newcastle, Arsenal, and Man United, along with Haaland. That's all you need.
Yeah. So we're not going to discuss any more about our specific teams. You just want to kind of caveat with just one final question. So you said you've taken the -4. Have you done the -4, or are you planning to do it on Friday?
I will be doing the -4.
Yeah. Okay. So you haven't done it yet. You're waiting to see what may happen over the next, tonight and tomorrow, and
basically see what happens
news.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka gets injured. Christ, I need to replace him. Or Shaw, Rashford, whatever. I mean, what? I mean, Rashford plays tonight. He gets injured.
Mitoma straight in.
You don't do a transfer of anybody.
Don't do a transfer. No, don't do a transfer. Bring Mitoma straight in.
You just have your 2 Man United and De Gea and Shaw. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Or you say that. I have got the money to. Let's just double check to see if this statement is accurate. Oh, no, I haven't. No, yeah, that would be what I'd do. I'd just play Mitoma. Yeah, I was going to see if I could just do Rashford to Fernandes, but I haven't got the money.
No chance.
Yeah, 1.8 only goes too far. Not so far. Not that far. So just play with Mitoma. Be happy to play Mitoma, captain. I don't know, maybe
De Gea.
yeah, maybe. But right, on that note, let's move on. Let's talk about the mini leagues.
Yeah, take it away, Jace. You'll be able to have it all on screen. Who is top of the main Elite FPL leagues that we're doing, starting with the I think we'll just, well, I don't know what order it is for you, but probably start with the YouTube chat league.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me just bring it up on the screen. YouTube chat league right now is led by no other than No Weak Foot. Murder on Zidane's floor, 1302. He's 6 points. Am I right in that? He's 6 points clear of Madeline Tudor in second place, Insulele Farrow. And then a further 10, so he's 10 points clear of third place, Michael Svedin in third. No way.
A long-term supporter of the show. I mean, I remember him from when we first started.
Yeah, season one.
His name is John Harris.
John Harris, who's moved up to fourth place, who's further 14 points behind number one. So still very, very close in the YouTube chat league. So let's quickly have a look at Murder on Zidane's floor. Look at No Weak Foot's team. He's got Jose Sarr in goal. Interestingly, obviously does have a lot of work to do in that goal, I suppose, from a save point of view. Captained Trippier in Game Week 21. Reliable, isn't he? It's becoming very reliable, is Kieran Trippier.
Although the 1 week he decides to captain him, it's the 1 week that he decides to get a yellow card.
He's still got him points. I mean, but he's got a nice all-round team. He's got Botman as the double up there with Newcastle. He's got Ben Mee. Do you remember him, Steve? Yeah. Podence. I'm not sure on the Podence pick personally, but he's, who am I to tell someone that's doing incredibly well? 118,000 in the world. Kevin De Bruyne, Odegaard. So he's already got Odegaard in ahead of others. Salah, Rashford. This is interesting for me. How many people are going to start jumping off of Salah? Like, for me, the obvious one is Salah to Fernandes, Bruno Fernandes. You could do, well, you can't because you've got 3 Man United, but you could, if you wanted, do your -4. You could maybe take out Wan-Bissaka, Kevin De Bruyne to Fernandes, use that money that you freed up in Wan-Bissaka and go anywhere pretty much in defence from that point. I don't think you need to do that, but as an option. But yeah, Salah, it'd be interesting to see what the ownership of Salah is going to be. Let's quickly have a check of that now. Ownership of Salah, I think this is the lowest I've seen it.
25.3.
25.3%. I think that's absolutely, I think it's just absolutely ridiculous. Like, how he's just dropped out of, the form of so many seasons of performing at a high level. He's just confidence. I didn't think he was a confidence player. I honestly didn't. I thought he was literally the one that would get Liverpool out of a rut. The one that, like, if Liverpool were playing bad, he's the one player that could get him a goal. And quite often popped up out of nowhere in a poor performance to get a goal. But in front of goal, one-on-ones, he's not putting them away, Steve-O. He's not looking in himself. It's not been through injury. It's just been through purely, it must be a psychological thing. I have to put it down to psychological. Because fitness-wise, he looks fine. He's putting himself in the right position. It's just psychologically not there right now. And 25.3%, very low for Salah. So it'd be interesting to see how many more. If we start to see that drop below 25% over the coming weeks, I do think we will. Rashford, of course, Haaland, and Callum Wilson, of course, for Newcastle. So interesting to see what No Weak Foot does with his team. He's at the moment, he's only got the 1 Man United player. He's only got the 1 Man United player right now. I think he's going to get Fernandes in.
Yeah, I think it's Salah.
That's what I would do. Salah out for Fernandes. He can then get De Gea in for Sarr if he wanted to. He's got Shaw. Never mind, he's got Shaw on the bench. I do apologise. I've just literally seen that now. So that would make sense. Play Shaw, get Fernandes in. You got triple up there. That'll be his transfer. Be interesting to see what he does. And of course, we'll go down to second in the YouTube chat league. We've got Madeline Tudor and Insulele Farrow. 78 points. Kepper in goal, 9 points. Shaw, White, of course. Look at this team, Steve-O. Luke Shaw 0, Ben White 0. God. Trippier obviously is with the 8 points with the yellow card. Rashford, De Bruyne, Mount, Mason
Look
Mount.
at the bench.
Yeah, I know. Doherty's going to be an issue for him now. So we talked about Doherty. He was owned. Oh, he's owned by nearly 1% of the game, which is quite a few managers. So here we go. How many people transferred him in? There was a net transfer of 62,415 transfers for double game week 20. So 62,000, nearly 62,500 managers transferred him in for double game week 20. And, you know, now they've got a player that is no longer in the Premier League. So, unlucky. News on Martial. He's got Martial here. So interesting, Martial is back in training. So he's a contender now to start versus Palace. Obviously, I don't think he starts tomorrow. But it's good news for Martial owners. I think, see if Martial comes on tonight. I should say it's not tomorrow, it's tonight now. See if he comes on tonight for a few minutes, see how he performs. I think he's a chance of starting against Palace. So if you got him in, may not be worth getting him out. What?
If he comes on tonight, you think that he'll start against Palace?
I don't know. I think Weghorst doesn't provide the same...
Shit. It's just shit. It's as simple as it gets.
Man United are a better team with Martial in it. So yes. I think if Ten Hag's come out and said that Martial is back in training, he might not want to throw him in for 90 minutes, but I think he could definitely start and maybe even play first half against Palace. Get Weghorst on for the second half, much like he did against Man City. But the great thing about Ten Hag is that he isn't predictable. That's one of the things I like about him. So we'll see what happens tonight. See if he makes a cameo. If you don't see Martial tonight, then I'm very much doubtful that we'll see him start against Palace. But if we do see him come on and we see him given 15 minutes tonight, then I'd be like, oh, maybe he is going to start against Palace. But if we don't see him tonight, I think he'll come on at some point against Palace in the second half. So yeah, if you got him, keep him. If you haven't got him, don't be bringing him in. Like, it's essentially it. But some names here: Almiron, Andres Pereira, Mason Mount. Mason Mount is a good one. All that business now that Chelsea have done, does that make Mason Mount more desirable, less desirable? Chelsea, they spent like 300 million, Steve-O, this January.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
This transfer window.
Yeah.
It's financial fair play. Hello, anybody? You've got to think that they're going to start to be a real powerhouse at some point in the Premier League. Like, something's going to click with them at some point, and they're going to be a really tough team. They've got some very, very big high-profile names now in that squad. You like to think that Potter's going to be able to get the best out of them. Haaland and Kane. I mean, yeah, again, there's a lot of familiar names in that team. I think, yeah, if I was Madeline, I'd be looking to get in. Well, his thing is he's got his 3 Man United. So what does he do, Steve-O? Does he replace Martial? Has he got a transfer? Has he got has he got 2 transfers? He's got 2 transfers, Steve-O. He's got 2 transfers.
Yeah, it's Martial out for that Leeds striker, and then Fernandez in for Mount.
Gnonto.
Yes, and then
Gnonto in for Martial, Fernandez in for Mount. Yeah, good moves.
He's got 1.8 in the bank as well.
There we go. He's planned for it. There we go. It was meant to be all the way. Yeah. Michael Svedin, no way, 78 points, 3rd in the YouTube chat league. Kepa, Ake, White, Trippier, Martinelli, Almiron, De Bruyne, Rashford, Mitrovic, of course. Is it going to be a case of managers hopping off of him? 28.2% own Mitrovic. People obviously migrating across to Tony. You've got also Nketiah as an option now. People are moving over to Kane and Haaland in his team. What do we think that Madeline's doing very, very well. Sorry, Madeline. I don't know why I'm saying that. It's Michael Svedin. Madeline was before. Michael Svedin doing very well. He's currently 174,000 in the world. He had a slight red arrow in overall this week or this past week. I think again he could go with he's only got 2 Man United. He could definitely go De Bruyne to Bruno Fernandes.
Yep, it seems like the more popular move.
Yep,
these particular players.
Yep, So that's the top 3. What other leagues do you want to cover? Let's go through the leagues.
Certainly, the Rivals League needs a bit. Just look at like the top 4 and maybe just like the main man that's top of that specific league itself. I think.
Rivals League is Vince Chapman. I mean, he's...
yes.
Wow, just overall rank 81,693, just bossing it right now. 86 points this past week. Captain Haaland.
Well, they're only 5 points clear of second, third, and 6 points clear of fourth.
We'll get to that, but he's bossing it in terms of the overall rankings. His top 100k, doing very, very well. His whole team performed very, very, very well. He's got in the likes of Odegaard. Be interested to see what he does in terms of his Man United. He's got 2 Man United. He could get the third Man United. I do think he will bring in the third Man United. And yeah, I just think that he's got 2.4 in the bank, Steve-O. So for me, he could go anywhere, couldn't he? But again, Bruno Fernandes will be De Bruyne Fernandes. Again, that's the rest of his team looks perfectly healthy. So.
Or you could do, like you say, with the amount of money he's got in the bank.
What, do a -4, do 2 transfers?
Well, I say get rid of Martinelli. I'd be still keeping him for the Everton game. But yeah, possibly get rid of Martinelli for Fernandes. And again, Mitrovic or Tony. Probably Mitrovic to this Leeds player. And then you've got 2 double game week players, additional players. In theory, but like you say, if you're in Vince's case, doing so well at the moment, you're doing De Bruyne to Fernandes, done. Yeah,
simple. Don't make it hard. Don't make it complicated. Don't take a hit. Just do the 1 transfer. Yes. Second place is Mateusz Orkazowski. He's literally 5 points, like you said, very, very, very tight in the YouTube in the Rivals League in the FPL Rivals League. So the 5 points second. FC Skillift, 71 points past week. Captain Haaland. Notable mentions. No one really in that team is a notable mention. There's no one in there that I would consider crazily differential. He's got Gabriel in the back. I mean, again, a lot of people have got. I mean, I suppose he's different. A lot of people got Ben White. He's got Gabriel. But yeah, points from Edison. Across the back, Trippier, Mahrez coming through with something for him, and obviously Captain Haaland, 71 points. It's not a bad week, but again, he got a red arrow. It's a bit harsh. But that's what you get when you're flying in the top 100k, I guess. You've got so many high quality managers around there. So yeah, it'll be, again, looking at his team. He's got Shaw, Rashford. He's got the option of bringing in Fernandes if he wanted to. He's got in the bank 1.1 million in the bank. So how much is Mahrez? Could you do Mahrez?
Mahrez is 7.5, isn't he, or something?
7.5, 7.6. So yeah, could he do that? 1.1? No, he hasn't got enough to do Mahrez straight to Fernandes, but he could certainly do. He's got 2 transfers, Steve-O.
Yes.
So he could do. A plethora of things. Maybe he could just go Salah to Fernandes. That's what I would consider doing. If I had Salah now, I'd be thinking, he's gone. He's gone for me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I think that you've got Salah in your team. I will be surprised if he's still in your team come the game week. But if you're going to do that, I'm thinking you're bringing Fernandes in.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
and I'm thinking that your -4 is going to involve getting rid of Wan-Bissaka and doing Salah to Fernandes.
Player. Why would I get rid of? Why bring in
Well, who are you going to get rid of? Who are you going to get rid of?
You'll find out Friday.
Hang on. I'll predict what you're going to do. Right, you're not going to get rid of Luke Shaw. Or are you?
Remember, he's ill.
Oh, he's not ill. He's fine. He'll be
He's
there.
not playing tonight.
He'll be back for Palace.
Yeah, we know that.
You could get rid of Luke Shaw. Bring in a Ben Mee or a Botman. Oh, you got Botman already. You could get rid of Salah and go Fernandes. I'd consider doing that, to be honest with you. But again, you could just be playing into my hands and bringing in players that I've got already. So, and you'd be thinking, oh, great, I've done a -4 for what Jason did for free. So yeah, this is the dilemma, isn't it? It's like, who do I bring in that's going to be differential? Well, and Bruno Fernandes. Put it that way.
Well, I'm not going to be. The thing is, when it comes to the free hit, that's when I can go differential on you, depending on how well you plan potentially. So,
wow,
that's when it's going to come down to the planning.
It'll either me be playing 8 players or me taking -12s. That's the swings and roundabouts about it.
To bring in the same players.
Well, if I'm going to do -12s on a double, it would have to be differentials on you.
Yes, of course.
I couldn't be doing -12s to be bringing in your players, and that's why the whole I'm not telling you shit is going to be a really important thing going forward. Because if I'm giving away my plans and going, right, I'm doing a -8, I'm bringing in, I don't know, for sake of argument, Odegaard, blah 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 blah, for this, for that. I'm getting on Chelsea players because they're starting to go. Suddenly they got a double game week. They're performing well. Then of course, I'm giving away my battle plan, and then you're able to do what you need to do without making a point sacrifice. Whereas I'm doing a -8, -12, maybe even a -16. Who knows? But anyway, I digress. It's a bit of a recurring theme about this double game week. Bring in Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, well, 450,000 managers have already done it. So,
is it going to be Is it going to be one of those where 450 managers bring him in and he blanks for both games?
No. Like Mahrez, he's in form.
Oh, there'll be a lot of people behind the couch. Don't bring him in this week. Let's move on to the. Have we got anyone more to talk about in the Rivals League? Capkin FPL.
I was going to say, do Capkin, because look
81
at that
points.
He's got that one beautiful differential. He called it on Twitter as well.
Estepinen.
Yeah, he actually called it on Twitter as well.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
I was listening to the commentary on that game on the car, and it was like the commentator on 5 Live was calling him Estupinan.
Oh right, okay.
Estupinan, is that how you say it? I thought it was Estupinian. I thought
that's what I call him. Yeah, Estupinian.
But he was saying Estupinan. I was like,
well, that's how he pronounced it. We pronounce it.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Potato, whatever.
I don't even know where is he from. I don't even know where he's from.
Peru, isn't it? Or like.
Oh, there
like
we go.
that.
Anyone from Peru that can tell us how the pronunciation is, please let us know in the comments. But yeah, doing very well at 81 points. He's 100,000 roughly around the 100,000 mark in the world. Very good. Well done, Capkin. Yeah,
it's definitely the World Cup now. Thinking about it, it was the team that played from the bloody called. They did really, really well in the opening fixture, from what I remember, and not Uruguay. I'm just going to bring up their team. Now. You carry on talking, Jason.
Ecuadorian professional.
Ecuador. That's the bloody name.
Ecuador. Yeah.
That's the bloody name, yeah. But yeah, Capkin had him in his blasted team and did very, very well indeed with him. I think just finish on the Royal Rumble League, Jace.
Only people over 35 know what that was referenced to. Rumble League. And I lost connection, by the way.
No. You carry on.
Oh, okay. It's a bit of a laggy delay going on there, Steve-O. Talk?
Hello there. Do we edit this out? No.
Must be your internet again. Moving on, we've got Royal Rumble.
Blame my internet.
Yeah. Royal Rumble League. My computer's been playing up lately, so it's probably my computer. Royal Rumble League. We've got Hoddles Bootlickers, Kevin Maher at the top of that. Started, of course, in the Gameweek 11. Just, very, very much dominating the league, Kevin. He is, 25 points ahead of second place, No Weak Foot, Kevin Maher.
He's actually got a lead.
Lead, yeah, 81 points. Captain Haaland, of course, 81 is roughly around about where everyone else got.
Ironically, over No Weak Foot as well.
So, nothing really in the team to mention other than the fact that he could just do the De Bruyne and move to Fernandes if he wanted to. He's only got one transfer. If he wanted that triple up of Man United, which I think a lot of people are going to do, I think Fernandes is going to be in everyone's team. Personally, I think that's going to be everyone's move. And if you bring him in, you're captaining him, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to be bringing him in on a -4, you're captaining him, right? Right, Steve-O?
Maybe.
Dick. Right. That's so yeah. It's his league at the moment. Kevin, doing exceptionally well. No real fires to put out in that team. In fact, he's got a very good all round team. Maybe a benching headache on the horizon for him. Obviously, he's going to swap out Botman, Shaw. Not much I can say really, other than just keep it going. Let's go to second place in the league. Let's see what's going. Oh, we've already covered him. Let's quickly have a look at the. We got. I don't lose. Taffy Musho. Yeah, we've already looked at No Weak Foot. So Taffy Mushoshi, third place. I don't lose in the Rumble League. 75 points. No notable mentions in that team at all. It's pretty much template. He has got Cancelo though, and Dalot on the bench. Money on the bench. That's not really. Well, it's defunct essentially. So I would be thinking of getting out Cancelo. In terms of Man United, he's got 2. Now, he's got 2 free transfers. Now, he's got 3. He's got Dalot. What am I on about? So what does he do, Steve-O? This is the dilemma now. Does he use the 2 free transfers on taking Dalot out, keeping in Cancelo? In terms of money in the bank, he's got 4.4 million. Martinelli to Fernandes, Dalot to a Botman or Ben Mee or whatever, Estepinian. He could just do that, couldn't he?
Yeah, I'm getting in his case, you've got to be getting rid of Cancelo.
Well, you say that, but do you? Because he's got 2 transfers. He's got 2 Man United. If you want to go for the triple up for the double game week, Fernandes in, the easiest way in is going to be through Dalot. Dalot and Martinelli out. Or Dalot and Almiron out. How much is Almiron?
There's got to be Dalot and Almiron.
Yeah. Almiron's 5.8. He's got 4.4. Is that enough? 6? No, it's not enough. Oh, no. He could do Dalot out, Almiron out, Fernandes in, and he'd be left with like 4.2.
Yeah.
So he could just bring in a cheaper defender and bench him.
Yes. Yeah.
So, do that. Maybe Breno.
Yeah.
Wolves. Just get Breno in. Yeah. Just get 3.9 Breno. That's what I would do, personally. Shocking that Cancelo left, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the manner of which he left, pretty much I think he did a Ronaldo.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
from what I believe, anyway, the memes I've seen online. But yeah, that's covered the leagues anyway. I need to go and get the little one from school in a minute. So we need to start thinking about wrapping up this video. So tomorrow, Steve-O, we will conclude the week with a
Thursday,
deadline.
It's Friday.
No. Why do I keep thinking it's Friday tomorrow? I honestly do. I've just had a WhatsApp message from the band saying that they're bringing a guitar. So tonight is band practice. Now, hang on one second. I need to message the wife. She's.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll just quickly go through the Elite FPL Discord Cup. Just quickly, that's in place of the Super Cup this year. Just quickly run through it. I'm just going to go through first place only. So Group A, we've got FPL Harry, surprise, surprise. Group B, it's our man Dylan. Group C, it's Ayush. Group D, it's Kikus. Group E, we got Akanji. Group F, it's the J-Lo. Group G, Karma Baby. That's the top of my league. Group H is Gary Hallowell, the guy that would update me constantly through the Saturday afternoon fixtures. Group I, we've got Dan. Dan is top of Group I. Madeline Tudor is Group J's leader at the moment. Group K's leader is Vijay. We then have Nuclear Atoms of Group L, that's top there by 3 points ahead of Lino. Group M, we've got Lick Me, a very, very tight group there. Group N, we've got Infamous. And then Group O, Sniper King, haven't heard that name for a while. And then finally, Group P, we've got Harry Dawson leading that. And just to let people know now, I will be covering the 3 p.m. kickoffs on Saturday. So there's a lot of action that's going to be happening on Saturday, and I'll be covering it all here from around about 2:45, something like that. So, yeah.
Righto.
Yeah, but me and Jay are going to be back on Friday.
Yeah, and tonight I've got a band practice, and apparently I've got a guitar being brought in, so I play the guitar tonight as well as sing. So I'm
fantastic.
A little bit nervous about that.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Because I've been holding lyric sheets up until now and just reading from the singing from the lyric sheets. So I don't know all the songs off by heart. So having the guitar, I'm not going to be able to hold the lyrics. So how am I going to do this now?
Well, this is what practice is for. At the end of the day, you know what it's like. That's what you need to do. And then once you get that nailed, it's literally easy. Until you perform in front of 50 odd people in a pub. yeah,
which could be the end of February.
Amazing.
Could be. We'll see how it goes. We've got 2 venues that are asking if we want a gig. So let's see where we go. Let's see where we are. But on that note, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow, Friday. What day are we? What year is it? Speak to you in a bit, guys. Take care.
Bye.